Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This is going to be a reading for the Aries new moon, which happens on March 24th, and this will be until April 22nd when we have the new moon in your sign in Taurus. This new moon is one of the most powerful new moons that that we have all year. Although every new moon is powerful in its own right, and it's also a great time to set your intentions, to start manifesting things that you want, for your highest good in your life. But this particular new moon in Aries, it kicks off the new year of the zodiac, so it's really extra special. We've also just come through the vernal equinox, or spring solstice, and this is a really important time because it's all about rebirth, and it's all about, Aries is all about fire and action and energy, and this is like especially about new beginnings. All right, so just a little information, a little background information for you guys. So this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Let's go ahead and get started on your reading. We're going to go ahead and invite spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and spirit guides to this reading for the messages that Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs need to hear. What messages do we have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for this Aries new moon reading? I'm using the Botticelli Tarot, which is a Renaissance artist. Botticelli, and Renaissance, I find this to be fitting because the Renaissance is all about rebirth, and it's also a time when they started using perspective in art for the first time. So again, it's all about gaining a new perspective, seeing things, from a little bit more of a well-rounded point of view, and I feel like that's just so important right now. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What messages do we have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? I'm not reading reversals. You guys are getting the Eight of Cups. Wow, the Eight of Swords. Okay. The Page of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, and you get the Three of Pentacles. Nice energy, Taurus. Your overall energy for this reading is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is you guys showing up in your own reading. All right, so this is wow, this is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and for some of you, you might be nurses, you might be doctors, you might work in healthcare, or you might just be healing. Okay, some of you might be parents. So others of you are just creating a nurturing and healthy environment to grow, a fertile environment to plant your dreams and to manifest what it is you're trying to manifest at this time. The Queen of Pentacles is a very caring, loving partner. She's a mother again, and she's also very good with money. She's not always the most intellectual of queens, but she's very, very good at taking care of business, and she doesn't mind rolling up her sleeves, getting her hands dirty, putting in the time. She's very good with investments where she's putting her time, her energy, her love, and her resources. Underneath, we have the Four of Pentacles. So again, look at that. That's somebody holding on to something. There is a little bit of a warning with the Four of Pentacles that you may have to give a little in order to receive. Okay, and also there's a real need here to take care of those that are around you. Okay, so really nurturing your friends and your family, your loved ones at this time. Because underneath that, boom, you get the jackpot card of the Ten of Pentacles. This is riches, wealth, abundance, stability, family. I mean, that is like hitting the lottery. It could be a windfall of money as well. Okay, but it's all really good things in this reading so far, Taurus. So you guys are showing up as the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is all about it's really here, this analysis of what is it that makes you happy. All right, so let's see here. We have these 7 cups, and he's holding on to this 8th cup, and he's really going inwards. He's looking, he's studying. He's really, I feel like this person, he looks kind of like a monk here. So, and I really sort of started to get that Hierophant card coming through on this, which would be you guys, which would be your Taurus energy, that you guys are really trying to take a look at emotional balance. What makes you happy? What would make you calm? What would make you feel good? What is it that you want to manifest? Okay. And I feel like, the 8 of Cups, normally there's somebody walking away, but here he's really front and center, and he's really, really taking a good hard look. He's combining his spirituality, and again, we see that with his material world. He's taking a really, really nice, detailed assessment of what he wants to manifest, what makes him happy, what gives him emotional fulfillment. And I love that. Now with this deck, because it's a new deck, I'm not giving traditional reads on the tarot cards, so it's not going to be what we're used to hearing. I'm really going off of my intuition with these cards. All right, now what's blocking you is you have the 8 of Swords. So this is over analysis paralysis. You can see this guy, he's kind of hanging out in the woods. Look, he's standing on a stump. He is one of those swords. Swords is communication, because look, we have all of these swords here. And, in front of this tree, and instead of a sword in front of the tree, it's him, and he's misplaced one of his swords. So I really feel like here that that Taurus, you guys are being blocked by overthinking a situation, and it's not allowing you to move. It's not allowing you to make a decision. So you're really stuck in that overanalysis paralysis. Spirit is saying the intentions that you should be setting should be based on your passion, based on your heart's desire. And we see this person here. I really got this feeling with this 8 of Cups that it was sort of like being stuck in between the material world and the spiritual world, the material world and your emotions. So like really, Spirit's like, now is the time to do this analysis, especially if you guys are at home and you're practicing social distancing and you find yourself on your own. The Queen of Pentacles energy is that self-care and that nurturing, creating that fertile environment in order to listen to your inner wisdom, and then also figure out what it is you need to do, like plan for, how you can bring about your abundance. What intentions are you going to be setting? What are you going to be working towards? And Spirit is saying, yes, that's exactly what you need to do, and it needs to be emotionally fulfilling. The Knave of Pentacles is also someone who he's practicing his psychic abilities. So he's really starting to get in touch with Spirit and his spirit guides and his own inner wisdom, which I'm picking up here on the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so it's interesting, and it's like starting this new journey of really learning to trust your heart over your mind. Although you do need a healthy balance between the two. I'm not saying just, ignore your thoughts or the material world. But I mean, I think a lot of whoever this is resonating with, it's time to start trusting your heart. Okay, and maybe things that you can't see in the material world, in the 3D, and trusting your own inner wisdom. And how do you do that? You do that through prayer, meditation, balancing yourself if you do energy work, and just sort of end this time that like the world is going through as we're spending more time alone and not doing the things that we're normally accustomed to be doing, especially during springtime, right? When it's like, get out there, show off come out, everything that you've had stored up for the winter. Now we have all of this energy that's built up over the winter. And, and if we don't get that energy out, that excess energy can turn into anxiety. And we're seeing that here with that 8 of Swords. Okay. So what you guys need to know is 2 of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Also, there's a lot of Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy here as well. So you guys might have water in your chart, or you might be dealing with a water sign. But the Two of Pentacles is all about balance and the need to bring balance into your life, and also to understand that, the universe has a way of balancing everything out. But make sure that you're not taking anything to extremes, that you're not overworking, that you're not over analyzing, that if you're at home, you're not overeating and over drinking or whatever it might be, but that you're really concerned with the balance, and also the balance between the physical and the emotional, which we're seeing here, right? Which we're seeing, like, it's really important that you're emotionally attached to what it is you're manifesting, and that you trust your heart and you trust your intuition, maybe a little bit more than you have been in the past, okay? Your projected outcome is the Three of Pentacles. This is beautiful because the Three of Pentacles is all about collaboration. But in this deck, I told you the images are different. And look at this. She's an angel. And this angel, she's skipping along like so happily on these pentacles, and they're taking her where she wants to go. So putting one foot in front of the other, if you feel like, your tasks are quite daunting, or if you're looking at something and you're seeing like a timeline that's just too long for you, Spirit's saying it's time to break down your goals and break down timelines into shorter chunks. So instead of thinking about, oh my gosh, the next 6 months, maybe it's time to start thinking about the next 3 months. And if that's still daunting, think about this next month. And if that's daunting, then maybe you need to think about this week. And then maybe you just need to think about today, okay? Depending on, where your anxiety levels might be, right? And also what works for you. Breaking your dreams into chunks, or breaking your goals into small attainable chunks or pieces is going to be really is going to yield the results that you want. And I see that here. This angel is also a reminder that you're not alone, Taurus. And I love the fact that she's holding this little ukulele or whatever that might be. And she's holding a paintbrush, because this is the artist, this is the musician. So again, I mean, not to go back harping on the social distancing, but that's a reality right now. Okay, and spirits, that's coming out in all of my readings. This is a reality that we need to be doing social distancing at this time. And so what? We take that nervous energy, and instead of getting caught in our heads with all this nervous energy and this energy that's been wanting to come out now that it's spring again, right? At least in the northern hemisphere, and being creative, having a creative outlet for that energy. So is it painting? Is it music? Is it listening to music? Is it singing? Is it something physical? But how are you going to channel that excess energy? And I think this is a really beautiful message, because threes are all about growth and expansion. Now, before I move on, I can't help but notice we do have 88 coming out. Now, 88 is a very, very powerful number. Eights are all about manifestation, and they're all about abundance. So this is a very, very, very good sign for your reading. And Taurus, you guys are showing up all over. I mean, there are pentacles. We do have a little bit of Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, which you might have in your surroundings, or you might have in your chart. And then we also have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and then other earth signs showing up. So, a little bit of everything in this reading, except for fire. I don't see any fire showing up. All right, but it's good energy. I feel like it's stable energy, Taurus. All right. You guys get the Wizard of Awareness. So you get another number 3. So you've got 33, which is another master number showing up. All right, so 33 on the ground. 33 is a master teacher number. As you know, it's about growth, it's about expansion, it's about higher spiritual guidance. Again, which is also this card and this card are really, really reminding me of the Hierophant card, which is also, this could be your spiritual journey as well. It could be your commitment. And, it's also all about large organizations, and that you might have to be a little bit rogue, a little renegade, a little bit non or unconventional at this time. All right, and then you get Sad Embrace, 45. Yeah. So again, some of you are dealing, with sadness and insecurities. Some of you might be coping with loss. But more than anything, I'm getting that this sad embrace here, this is more about getting stuck in your head and feeling lonely. There's a full moon showing up here, so I want you to go back and think about or analyze what was happening during this last full moon that we had in Virgo. Okay, and what is it that gave you this feeling of loss or sadness? again, remember the collective energy right now is there is a lot of anxiety and there's a lot of sadness, and, sickness. So a lot of you guys might also be channeling that. Again, some of you might also be working in the healthcare fields, and that Queen of Pentacles comes out very, very strong. For me, as a nurse or as a doctor or whatever, a phlebotomist, whoever draws blood, but in the healthcare field, and I feel like, especially if you're an empath or you're highly sensitive, that you might be that this is going to be a very intense time for you. But Spirit is also saying, the Wizard of Awareness, the importance of analysis and really grounding yourself. Don't let yourself, there is the original message here at Spirits wants you to use your heart over your head, right? But there's a warning to do that too much. You don't want to be overly emotional and sort of lose touch, okay? And especially if you guys are in a field, in the healthcare right now, because, bless you, thank you if you are. Even if you aren't, just the magnitude of the work and what you guys are facing in healthcare right now, I can't imagine. So, and that's not meant to be toxic. It's like an applause. And I can see some people really getting overworked, at this time. All right, so Taurus, additional messages. So you guys get the deep freeze, 26. So I feel like this is energy that you're coming out of, because again, this reading, this new moon in Aries, comes right after we have our spring equinox. Okay, and yeah, and I feel like this really does speak to being on your own. Okay, sorry. I'm just getting a lot of messages all at once. The deep freeze is getting, is also a lot about what's happening in society right now. Your normal life might have been disrupted, and that can be really scary for a lot of people. And Spirit's asking you to, on another level, to ground yourself and to find some peace and to find balance here. Okay. And it's like I feel like everything's going to be okay. You can't flip out right now, Taurus, is what they're saying, because 34 is all about, this is called spark. And this is sending love to others. There's these hearts behind her, and she's playing the violin. Yeah, but with her music, with her sound, she is spreading love. And it's so interesting. Look here, we have another. Music is really, really important for you guys. And I feel like Spirit is saying, if you're having a hard time grounding yourself, the way that you can connect with others is through music, either through making music or through listening to music. Spirit wants me to also tell you guys about the frequencies, the power of listening to music while you're asleep to clear negative energy, to manifest abundance, love, healing, whatever it might be. Because I do feel like this sad embrace and this deep freeze has a lot to do with, some of you might not be working right now, or you might have to work from home. Some of you might be overworked, for example, if you're in the healthcare field, okay? But I feel like this deep freeze speaks of winter, but it also really speaks, and number 45 breaks down to a 9, which would be the card of the Hermit. And I really do feel like this could go back to something that happened in the full moon in Virgo. Okay, but don't let this, like a lot of people focus on right now, like everything has stopped, everything has changed. And this is really sort of testament to the fact that, that things will move forward. They might transform, but through unconditional love and through music and through creative expression is a way that you'll be able to get through this. All right, Taurus. So let's go ahead and pull additional messages. You guys get fertility. So again, I feel like that really speaks to springtime. It's also speaking to the importance of being creative and having a creative outlet right now, Taurus. Okay. Yeah. And it could also have to do with, what can you do with this time? So that it's not a time that's where you're anchored in, worst case scenario thinking or fear-based thinking, but how can you make it productive? Okay, for you and for your loved ones. All right, and then you get success. Beautiful. Yeah, so don't worry, Taurus. You're going to do it. You're going to be successful. Okay? You're going to be just fine. And final message for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Final message for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. You guys get Damara, guiding children. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. Yeah, so again, this Queen of Pentacles energy really could be that you're maternal instinct. And remember, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're a woman. This could also be just that, you know, the calming effect that you need to have on children, or on your own children, or you also need to think of, you know, your friends and your family as children at this time, and how we can best take care of each other. Okay, and there's, for some of you, I feel like there might be a real pregnancy involved. Okay, there might be news coming to you of that with this Page of Cups as well. There could be, you know, you could be getting news that you are pregnant, because there is a lot of that energy. And I feel like some of you might be really, really worried about it, but the spark here is, don't worry. You know, this is a beautiful thing. This is sort of like, and I love how this is really working together. You know, and the Wizard of Awareness, he is also he's falling on top of that overthinking card. So ground yourself, but don't get stuck in overanalysis paralysis. And this spark is that fertility, and it's after this sort of dark period that, you know, there's a rainbow in this card, and there's love, and there's spring, okay, and there's growth, okay, and this is going to be something that is really, really gorgeous. All right, in the end, it's going to be very, very beautiful. All right, and they say hindsight is 20/20, right? And that's where we are. So I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, comment, share, ring that notification bell. And most of all, I just want to tell you guys I love you. Thank you for being on this journey with me. I hope you guys are all happy and healthy, and I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Take care.